Hey y'all, and welcome to the channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're not. So it is a beautiful Sunday, and in trying to get some order to the chaos, we've decided that Sundays will be solar days. I have a lot of solar stuff going on, and we're trying to take most of the house off grid. And so in this garage, I have my solar set up, as you can see out over there. And it's, it's for lack of a better term, it's a Chinese all-in-one inverter off-grid, so that it uses either shore power, battery, or solar to provide the energy. And I installed that ways back, and it's the way it's working right now is in bypass mode. So I laid a cable in the ground from the house. It comes in and it feeds through this conduit, feeds the inverter, and the inverter then is feeding the garage. So all it operates is the lights in the garage and the garage door openers and stuff like that. So the idea being is we're going to take the workshop lighting, so in there, and of course this is already done, off grid. And I have a balcony solar. So the balcony solar is out back here, and we're gonna mess with that. So solar is addicting. Once you put in a system, you always want more. So a little more than a year ago, I put up this system right here. So it consists of 2 panels and a microinverter. And this set, 2 panels and a microinverter, listed as balcony solar here in Germany, has produced 1.2 megawatts of electricity in like a year and a half. That is crazy. That is 1,200 kilowatt hours of electricity. So, in the grand scheme of things, that's a couple €100 in electricity at my previous rates. My new rates are even higher. So what we're going to do is I bought more panels. I have panels to replace these. There's nothing wrong with these panels. These panels are going to be utilized for my solar generator. So I have one of the power bank style systems, and you can put 500 watts of solar in. Well, that's a 430 watt panel, and each 430 watts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna utilize one of those panels. I'm gonna make little legs for it, and I'm gonna use it for my solar power bank that I take camping and use for various stuff. So I bought new glass transparent modules that'll let some of the sunshine through. They're also dual-sided, so it gets solar from the back as well. And what we're looking at is we're allowed to put 2,000 watts of panels on the outside for a balcony solar that gets hooked up. So I now have 4 panels, again 430 watt panels, but 4 versus the 2. That means I should make, in theory, in that same time frame, I would have made 2.4 megawatts of electricity, which that's phenomenal. That's a lot. 2,400 kilowatt hours of electricity is probably at least a third of our consumption for our homestead. And to knock a third off of the electric bill would be beautiful. I mean, we already knocked, you know, we'll say a fifth or so off. It would be phenomenal to get more. So Sundays are supposed to be quiet days. So most of this is quiet work. But I found something out that's going to be a pain in the butt. But the brackets on the wall, there and there, have to be spread apart. The new solar panels where the bolts go in, so where that bolt goes in through the solar panel is actually out here, which means the whole bracket needs to be moved over. We have to do some engineering on the brackets anyway, because I now need to make them twice as long. And I'm pretty sure I've got my head wrapped around the way we're making that. I have all the aluminum angles and all that to make it. The thing is it going to be strong enough? We're going to be able to make it strong enough. It's just, do I have enough at the present moment that it's going to be strong enough to support 2 panels in a row versus the single panel. But, and in that, we're also, like I said, we have that little mini solar system running the garage. The plan is to get the batteries hooked up. That's not going to happen today. I don't think it's going to happen today. I think it's going to be a next Sunday, a next solar day. But I have this cart, and this cart we were cleaning out a storage shed for one of my neighbors, helping them, and he was throwing it out. I'm like, no, we'll keep the cart. It's going to come in handy for something. So what it did was, for a while, I had a little gas generator that used to live in it, and I since got rid of that generator, and I got a bigger generator because of a project. I needed a big enough generator, so that generator is gone. But it happens that the 2 battery packs that I made, looks like they're going to fit in there perfect, but there's all oil and just stuff on it from having the generator on it, and it's old, and it's, so we're going to first pressure wash this so it can dry off. Then I'll degrease it, and we're going to get it painted before we think about putting batteries in it. So that's why I'm saying we're probably not going to get to the batteries in it today. But you can see it's got some grease and grime because the generator lived in this thing for a while. And yeah, I have it tipped up, so you know, there's the 4 wheels back here. But we're gonna pressure wash this is the first thing we're gonna do, so that it has time to dry. And then we're gonna head out back with the tractor and a pallet, and we're gonna take everything from the solar system off the wall. All of it. It's all got to go, because I'm moving to something new, and adding 4 panels, you know, adding 2 panels to the 2 that are there, so that we're 4 panels, because we're allowed 2,000 watts. I'll be at 17 something with the other 2 panels. So we'll double our output on the balcony solar, and then I have a storage system and everything that I'll show you when I hook it up. It's going to be a game changer. It's a really big game changer. But if you haven't, please click that like, please click that subscribe. It encourages us to make more content. We are a small channel. We are by no means full-time YouTubers. We have full-time jobs, hence Sunday Solar. And it would encourage us to keep making content that somebody out there finds value in it. And, you know, hey, it's free, right? So, like I said, click that like, click that subscribe, click the notification bell if you want to see more. But that is enough of me talking. Let's get this pressure washer out, and let's get this cart blasted off, and then we'll move on. All right, y'all, so the first part is done. We got this pressure washed off, and it cleaned up all right. It'll have to be degreased a little more. And it doesn't say what it is, but it was made in 1971. You can see there. Not sure what it was for, but it's older than me, so we'll have to degrease it as a last shot to make sure the paint sticks on it. But it's a lot cleaner than before. So step one done. Now we're going to move on to the solar stuff down here. So at present, the solar goes through the microinverter here. And we're going to do a lot of walking around right now. Goes through that microinverter on the wall. So that black box that's on the wall. Solar goes in, microinverter converts it. It looks for a grid signal. And as long as it has a grid signal, it goes and in the grid. So what we have is an extension that goes from here up over and out the wall over there, and that's where it's hooked up. So unfortunately we're going to lose some solar today. So step one of it is to unplug the microinverter. This will disable the system because now that it doesn't see grid, it will turn itself off. So we'll come over here and see, and we should have a red light blinking. If there's one blinking at all, yep. So I'll walk back here and show you. So there is a red light blinking right on there, saying that it is off. So now I already got a pallet, and I'm going to take the pallet, put it on the forks, get a ladder, and the pallet is just so I have somewhere to put all this stuff, right? So I'm going to slide I'll take this module first, slide it onto the pallet, take it away, and then do that one. I am going to move the swing out, I think, and put the swing just out here so that I have enough room to just come in with the tractor. And yeah, so let me get this squared away and we'll be back. All right, y'all, so we got most everything off the wall, but while you guys were sitting inside charging, I assembled the new rails. So what I did was I took the original rail and then I bought another set and I bolted them together like there to make a really long set of rails. Now this is not what they were designed for, and I still am not 100% sure they're going to work because, man, it's going to be a lot of weight. But I bought additional bracing and everything like that, so it should work out. I might have to make a run tomorrow and buy more bracing depending upon how it feels when I'm done today. I think it's going to be pretty rock solid, but I'm going to over engineer it because I want these to go up and stay up for a long time. But you saw me strip all of this off the wall except for these. So now I'm going to make measurements on the solar panels, and then I have to move them a little bit farther apart on the wall because, and I'll show you, if you look, this mounting hole is pretty close to the edge, and this one is down here, the one that I used. So we have to move the brackets out. I'm going to take some measurements and we're going to figure out how much. All right, so quick math. It was 98 and a half on the old panel, center to center, and 114 and a half on the new panel, center to center. So that's a difference of 16, which means each one needs to be moved 8 centimeters to the outside. So let's mark it up. All right, so something we're gonna have to deal with is this channel is gonna have to run across here, and this sticks out a little bit. So when we tore down the old barn, that was a beam from the old barn, and the wife wanted to leave them so you can see inside the greenhouse. We left some of the beams. It was, you know, character and all that, but I gotta now cut it. So I have one of these saws and I'm gonna try to cut it. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. So problem solved. We pulled it out. So it's only through the first layer of center block. So what I'll do is after I move the thing over, I'll come back later on and fill it in with mortar and make it disappear. We're gonna sand and prep this wall later. While I would like to do it now, I want to get solar. I don't want to stop this project to sand and grind the wall, to paint, and then put this up. What I'll do is I'll just paint around the brackets. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. So, yep, we got that fixed. Now, I have it marked, so I have to get all these off the wall. So, that's next. All right, so we got the anchors in the wall. Now I got to mount all those again. Get them on the wall. Yeah, so project's taking a little longer than I thought it would. Mama's already home. She was off at flea marketing. And yeah, but we're getting there, right? So, next up, get these on the wall. And then start mounting all those long channels. So, good times. All right, y'all, we are back at it, and Solar Sunday turned into Solar Monday as well. So, battery ran out last night. I was in the middle of getting everything put up on the wall, and I couldn't stop. I was running out of time, and I didn't get done. And here we are, where I have now 3 of the panels up. Got 1 more to go, but holes aren't lining up, and I'm having to make small adjustments. Sometimes it be like that, but hand Mama to drill. But there is 3 of the panels are up, and the holes on the end are not down low enough, so I gotta fix them, and then we'll get number 4 up there. But we're gonna put you on a pause, and yeah. All right, y'all, so it is the end of another day. I didn't get to film much because my hands were quite full. Had to make more adjustments on the panels and stuff, but she's up, and she's ginormous. It turned out really nice. So I'll step back here, and I'll try to not get the sun in your eyes. But there's the panels now. So now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. They go this way. And I hooked up the old inverter because I didn't have time to hook up the new one yet. And it's, you know, I work today at my normal job, and it's already 6:30 at night, and I gotta still eat dinner, take care of the animals, and do all that, so I can't get all tied up. But it looks great. So we matched the pitch of the roof again, as you can see. So it's all, you know, nice and even with the roof there. It turned out nice. So we're gonna pick back up on it probably tomorrow night. I'm not 100% sure. It might be the next night. It all depends on how the schedule goes. I really want to get it done tomorrow. Because all that's left really is getting all the wiring, and I already drilled the hole over here, right in there, for the cables to go. And now I just need to, you know, it's all the little small stuff, all little cables and stuff like that, and then it'd be done. But I don't want to rush it, and I want to get this install all nice, neat. We added additional bracing. I wasn't sure I was going to, but right here We put that on there, and it strengthens up this, because this was a little bit wobbly this way. Like I said, it wasn't designed for this. It was designed for, you know, this first panel. And then you can see where I spliced it, and I added the second panel. And we added this long run. So I pulled down on it. I pushed up on it. I wiggled it. I don't see it going anywhere. And it looks amazing. You know, it basically gave us an awning out here to sit on the bench and everything. So I'm gonna put the drone up probably tomorrow and get an overhead shot of it to show you guys that. So that'll be coming up next. All right, y'all, so that's gonna do it for this installment. Got as far as I could. Like I said, Solar Sunday worked into, you know, a lot more than that. But if you're thinking about family, if you're thinking about friends, please give them that WhatsApp or that WhatsApp. Reach out to them. You know you'd love to hear from them too. Some kind words can go a long way. And until the next adventure, auf Wiedersehen.